As Chief Marshal, I declare open these commencement exercises in the year of our Lord, the 2026, in the life of the nation, the semi-quincentennial year, and in the life of the college, the 154th year. Our ceremonies will begin with the singing of the national anthem and the invocation. Please remain standing. Gentlemen, remove your caps and let us place our hands over our hearts.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let us pray. Gracious God, we gather on this day of celebration, understanding that we come from different places, we hold different values, and we cherish different beliefs. Yet today we are united in gratitude for the accomplishments of these graduates. In a world where many cannot study, we are thankful for the achievements, degrees, and honors we celebrate today. In a world where many have no future, we are thankful for the dreams, hopes, and plans that have been nourished here in this community. In a world where many have no community, we are thankful for the support of our mentors, teachers, family, and friends. As we go forth from this celebration onto our different paths, to our different experiences, and to our different destinies, may our gratitude unite us in the desire to use all that we are and all that we have for the common good, so that each day is full of thankfulness. Amen. You may be seated.
Good morning. Thank you for your patience, because up until last night, there was no rain in the forecast, because reasons, whatever. Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the faculty and staff of Lyon College, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our spring commencement ceremony and the 154th year of the college's operation. This has been another challenging and exciting year at Lyon College, one that has seen us meet new milestones that allow us to advance our personal and our institutional goals. For example, we gained accreditation from the Commission on Collegiate Nursing Education for our BSN program. We seated the inaugural class of the graduate professional students at the Lyon College School of Dental Medicine and have already filled our second cohort. We began construction of our second branch campus in Cabot for the Lyon College School of Veterinary Medicine in anticipation of the final accreditation visit in August 26 and seating our inaugural class in the fall of 27. In December, we graduated our first advanced degree students with a Master of Arts in Teaching. We continue to have banner recruiting years, admitting robust classes of first-year and transfer students annually, including international students. Having completed 3 provisional membership years, we now compete as full-fledged members of NCAA Division III, SLIAC, and SCAC conferences. And our men's soccer team qualified to compete in the D3 National Championship in the first year of eligibility. We welcomed amazing new faculty and staff to our ranks to strengthen our programs and to fulfill our mission of preparing students for the myriad challenges that they will face in their post-bac world. But some things at the college remain remarkably constant. The Year 1 boat race saw beautifully designed cardboard watercraft sink with alarming speed, despite the confidence of the builders and 30 rolls of duct tape. The ducks, geese, and snakes at Bryan Lake still share their home, somewhat reluctantly, with folks who seek the serenity of sunrise or sunset around the water. The Arkansas Scottish Festival and Homecoming Combo, again, made an impact in our region. And we survived more weird Arkansas weather, this time an epic snow and ice storm that shut down the campus for a week, but opened up lots of free time for extra study and other activities. And faculty members patiently explained why materials generated by ChatGPT are not considered primary sources for a term paper. Class of 26, you have navigated some challenging times together, and today you are stepping into a world that changes profoundly, almost daily, and with alarming speed. Ideas, institutions, social mores, and many other aspects of our world that we once assumed to be immutable are not necessarily as robust as we all thought. Change has always and will always be a fact of life. Sometimes it's the natural evolution of a system and can be anticipated to some degree, and other times it comes out of left field, fast and without warning. In both situations, what do you do when, in the business parlance of about 30 years ago, somebody moves your cheese? Moving forward, whatever that means, requires adaptability and resilience with skills and experiences you developed along the way. But you cannot be buffeted entirely by the winds of change. You have to know who you are, what's important to you, what contributions you want to make, and then hold on to those values. Figure out how this works for you, and you will have a path not just to surviving, but to thriving. You members of the Lyon College class of 2026 have what it takes to land solidly in the thriving category. You have worked hard. You have been challenged by your professors, coaches, mentors, and peers. You have overcome so many challenges despite being stymied at the outset. You have found ways to engage meaningfully with each other and your community. And you have found friendship and camaraderie, and have learned to see beyond first impressions to understand the beauty and the value inherent in difference. You have laughed a lot, I hope, and have likely shed a few tears, and are just starting to recognize the extent of your inherent strength and your capabilities. It is my fervent hope that your time at Lyon has shown you that you do indeed have it in you to meet whatever goals that you set for yourself, as long as you continue to learn, plan, execute, and stay the course. It's that whole perseverance thing. But equally important is the acknowledgement that whatever you set out to do, earn a degree, start a business, teach kindergartners, go to law school, go to dental school, go to vet school, whatever, you don't do it in a vacuum. And you certainly don't do it alone. You need your people beside you, behind you, in front of you, supporting you and helping you figure things out. And what is often overlooked is that they need you too. You are an integral part of their story. Sometimes you may not be able to articulate how all this works, but you know in your bones that through some kind of connection, you and your people are a community, and that is greater than the sum of its parts. Cultivate and empower your village, and remember that has nothing to do with geography. Be generous and welcoming so that you can grow it and your collective impact. Be kind, for kindness is a powerful glue that strengthens connection and purpose. Take care of yourselves, your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, so that you can care for your world. Take all the lessons that you've learned here, and maybe a few that are still in process, and come into your own. Always remember that you will forever be a part of our village, not merely a collection of buildings on campus, but a community of mentors and friends. We have all walked with you for a time and bear witness to the growth and confidence that has brought you to this point. And we are completely confident that you are well positioned to take the next steps of your journey. So, although you depart today for adventures in far-flung places like Dallas, Memphis, Little Rock, Bald Knob, or Ash Flat, your people will be here to cheer you on, to support you, and to celebrate your impact on the world, and will always welcome you home. It is a privilege for me to share this momentous day with you. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Now, I would like to acknowledge a few special guests for our ceremony. Our commencement speaker, Mr. Matt Greenwood, class of 2004. Mr. Victor Worley, class of 2003, chairman of the Lyon College Board of Trustees. Members of the Lyon College Board of Trustees, Alumni Council, and Board of Visitors. And now, and this is the participation part of the day. If you are a father, a mother, a grandparent, aunt, uncle, or any family member of a 2026 Lyon College graduate, by blood, marriage, or simply by choice, please stand as you are able. Members of the class of 2026, you definitely would not be here without the support and confidence of this group. Please stand and give a round of applause for your biggest supporters. Thank you. Now, members of the faculty and staff of Lyon College, your turn. Please stand as you are able. Members of the class of 2026, these people have challenged, supported, confronted, and held on to you as you learned and grew during the last few years, ushering you through doors that you never imagined that you could open. Please stand and give a round of applause for your mentors, instructors, therapists, coaches, and now friends. Thank you. Again, welcome everyone, and let our celebration continue.
Good morning. Let me move this a little bit. Good morning. Welcome, and thank you for showing up to support these outstanding graduates. My name is William Litton, and I'm blessed beyond measure to speak on behalf of the class of 2026. Somehow, these talented individuals let me sneak into the role of class president. So I have the honor of standing before you today and providing a speech of reflection to acknowledge the arduous journey we've taken over the past 4 years, or more for some of us. I've given a handful of speeches now at Lyon, but this one's a bit tougher than the rest. While these 4 years have flown by, they've also been jam-packed with some of the best memories of my life. Some we can talk about openly, and of course, some we can't. Thinking about how to recap this journey, I remembered a statement I used to tell recruits during their visits here. The best way to describe Lyon and the surrounding area of Batesville is to label it one of the biggest small towns you'll ever live in. Of course, it's not like some of the more rural areas of the state where you'll have more cows than neighbors, but you won't have much more than those places. You don't have to just take my word for it, though. Just ask one of the students who came from a larger city, and they'll ramble on about how there's nothing to do in this little hick town. Meanwhile, their population is likely quadruple the amount we have in Batesville. Yes, I'm sorry, the natural state doesn't have the DFW to entertain you. That's on us. Still, in my opinion, it's not too much of a travesty. I've lived in both rural and urban areas in my life, and something that stands out about these smaller locations isn't what's around you, but who's around you. Each day you wake up and go to class or go around town, you're forced to see the same faces all around you. As a result, unless you want your life to be one weird and awkward experience, you'd better cultivate some form of relationship with those around you. Eventually, these connections turn into lifelong friends and relationships that have you crying, laughing, while 12 deep at a table that fits maybe 6 on a good day. As you get to know more people, you'll see the web grow bigger. And eventually, it's not just a collection of relationships, but rather a Lyon community. That's the core value of Lyon. Unlike many other rigorous schools, Lyon is a place where you feel like an individual rather than a statistic. Not only are you able to develop your skills for the professional world, but you're liable to catch a lecture on political philosophy than one of the best home-cooked meals you've had in your life. Shout out Dr. Rulia. If you take a Tebbets course, you might even go from pulling your hair out to receiving some of his wonderful chocolate pecan brownies that turn your whole day around. Even beyond these student-teacher relationships, if you want a sense of how connected the campus is, just ask Ms. Beal or Ms. Tucker-Mays what a typical day in their office is like. On any given day of the week, you can walk by their offices are filled to the brim as people between classes create chaos and maybe take some candy from drawers. In my opinion, these are all just striking examples of what makes Lyon so special. Not only can we take the small moments and make them matter, but we can do so while coming together as an entire collective, no matter the setting. Still, enough bragging on the campus. It's time to get to the people that really matter. You. Words can't really describe in this short amount of time, but all I can say is I'm proud of you all. Your determination, desire, and never quit nature inspire me and push me every day. Many of you haven't just been outstanding students, but also athletes, pillars of your community, and people in general. You've not just been a part of the Lyon community, but have been key members who've shaped its very essence. There's no question that your future paths are going to be full of all that you desire. But even if they aren't, remember how far you've come. Embrace the ride and your journey. Believe it or not, you didn't get to this point in your life on pure luck. Put your faith in God and be confident. Attack every day, second by second, minute by minute, and hour by hour. No matter what happens, be who you are. Stay true to yourself, and you will do great things. By the end of it, the reunion will be here, and we can all gather around to possibly tell those stories we've kept hidden after all these years and bring back that sense of community we've cultivated once more. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Please welcome to the podium Mr. Victor Worley, Chairman of the Lyon College Board of Trustees, who will introduce our commencement speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Tabner. Sir Matthew Greenwood is a native of Little Rock, Arkansas, was an honors fellow, and earned his degree in history from Lyon College in 2004. After graduation, Sir Greenwood moved to Austin, Texas, intending to pursue a career in higher education. While preparing to teach history at the University of Texas, he was approached with an opportunity to take his life in a completely different direction. He accepted a position with Artisanal Imports, a globally respected distributor of beer, wine, and spirits. His knowledge of medieval history quickly allowed him to spearhead new international procurement relationships, and he eventually was elevated to Chief Operating Officer, overseeing a global portfolio of some of the world's most sought-after brands, taking him around the world, constantly establishing new relationships and meeting new people. His ability to adapt and think critically has made him a valuable leader in his field, and he is a credit to the storied history of our college. In 2022, after many years of collaboration, he was honored with a formal knighthood and was accepted as a knight in the Federation of Belgian Brewers in recognition for his years of service on behalf of the Belgian brewing tradition and culture. Sir Greenwood enjoys travel, reading, and constant education as he works to bring food, drink, and culture from around the world back to the United States. I am proud to introduce Sir Matthew Greenwood.
Well, first off, Vic, thank you very much for that introduction. I thought you could have worked in one more sir, but maybe for next time. Well, first and foremost, congratulations, class of 2026. It's a very big day for you all, and I can well imagine the excitement that you're feeling right now. It's an excitement that's also coupled with some nervousness, a little bit of anxiety about what comes next, and that is understandable. You're about to truly start your adult life, and there are plenty of unknowns as you move forward. But the one thing that I want to reiterate to you from the get-go is you're starting from a great point. You've graduated from this institution. It's prepared you very well to go out into the world, to make new relationships, and to walk with confidence into the next steps of life. One of the best things about being chosen to speak for you today is that 22 years ago, I was sitting in your exact position as part of the class of 2004. The very year that, if calculation serves me correctly, many of you were born. It's a very poignant aspect for me being chosen as a speaker today, and on a personal note, a very sobering one as well. You were born into a world, of course, that was much different from the one that I grew up in, and you're graduating into a world that was much different from the one that I graduated into. But I'm happy that so far the speakers have already addressed culture and what you take forward from this institution, because that is one of the main things that I want to emphasize with you today. Yeah, as a fellow Lyon alum, and of course you can all refer to yourselves as alum now that you're graduated, I am extremely confident that you are all intelligent, capable, and good people, ready to face the challenges of life, and maybe the biggest thing that's going to challenge you in the next 5 years is what I would call a chaos of choice. Some of you know exactly what your next steps are. Some of you are debating whether you will take a year off. Some of you are debating whether the next step in it is education or if you go into a career. The thing is, no matter what you choose, I am sure you're going to do well because, again, you're prepared to go out. I think that the most important things that you take with you are a culture of kindness and appreciation and good communication with those around you. No matter what you do in life, be it academia, business, community service, it's all about relating to the people around you. For the next step in your life, one thing that I always suggest to people is no matter where you work, no matter whom you talk to, I try to get to know as many people as possible on a first name basis so that I can say hello to them, ask them how their day is going, and then that way they feel that they are seen and recognized even if they have a position that's in a warehouse, or they're doing sales, or it's a management piece above me. That goes so far for people knowing your name, and that you're kind-hearted, and that you're willing to say hello to anybody. That is a great first step, I think, for everyone to take out into the world. Much like has already been said, you have a group of people behind you that have supported you for years throughout your entire life to get you to this moment. And your role moving forward is essentially to become that person for everyone, as many people as you can around you. To become an inspiration, to serve as a role model, and to cultivate, again, a culture of kindness and appreciation. In working in the beer industry, we often have dinners, events, a lot of opportunities to say cheers, which I very, very much appreciate, and it's one of the big things that we like to take around the world and educate people on. And one of my favorite things to hear, and I hear it in many languages, is that whom we're cheersing today is those that we love and those that inspire us the most throughout the world. And you will have plenty of people like that. You already have them in your life, and you will have that many more going forward. The challenge to you is to also be one of those people. And it just takes very simple steps. Again, going around saying hello to people. I would say keeping problem solving very simple. I was just having an interesting conversation right before we came out here discussing AI and its future uses for all of you. One of the choices that you get to make is really how much that's going to be involved. I know that you will have people who are above you who say that we need to utilize it in a certain way. You, who have probably a better understanding of it than many people, will be able to say, here's how I think it should be used, here's how I think it should not be used. You now have that kind of position and that kind of opinion, and if you carefully lay out that opinion, you will be heard, and you will slowly be able to influence the culture around you and how that works. People are always more important than any system. Systems helps with efficiency, but people run it. And that's something that I think you will all need to deal with in the coming decades. And it's going to be a huge challenge. It's already a big challenge, but it's one thing that I want you to all be able to take on. Because one of the biggest things that I have noticed in people, friends, colleagues alike, is that there is what I would call kind of a fear that's disguised as practicality. And sometimes this is the concern that you don't want to rock the boat, you want to stay safe and reliable, and you don't want to challenge any conventions, or you don't want to pursue something that you actually want, and you will stay in a safe and reliable position. Don't ever be afraid to try. Don't ever be afraid to question. You obviously have the minds to be able to do it, and I would not be afraid to always say, I think that this doesn't work, or I think this does work because this. Overall, you could always keep silent and then watch something fail, or you can say something, pursue what you want, and do what you love, and make it work better. In the end, you want to be in a place that you enjoy working at, surrounded by people who inspire you, that shape the world the way you would like it to be seen, and that basically make the world and the people around you a better place and better people. So always be conscious of what's driving your choices. I know that you are already. And ultimately, just always be confident that you know what is best and that you have a very good heart and soul going out and giving people your opinion. My last bit of advice is, as you make the choices and your life becomes more and more secure and you become more and more rote into a routine, that every now and again, remember that you don't get lost in that routine. Remember to reach out to people, both in your past, with writing letters, connecting with them. When something reminds you of someone else, do not hesitate to reach out to that person via text, or even better, writing a letter, if anyone still does that fairly often. That kind of communication makes all the difference in the world for how people remember you and the impressions that your thoughts leave with them. As you go along the journey, remember that there's always a next step, something that you can do better, and something that can be improved on. But as you achieve accomplishments, also have the ability to sit down and kind of enjoy the view and enjoy where you've gotten in life. All those moments are sometimes slightly hidden. I would say that today is a bit more apparent, that you are celebrating your achievement as becoming an alum of this institution, and that you are ready to move forward in life. So for today, for all the parents, all the guardians, all the faculty, and especially to you, class of 2026, enjoy the view. Today is your day, and go out and celebrate. Thank you very much.
Good morning. On behalf of the, wow, that was really close. On behalf of the Lyon College Alumni Association, congratulations, class of 2026. Today, you transition from student to alumni. It is my great honor to welcome you to the alumni community. The Alumni Network is a family that stretches far and wide and across many generations. Lyon College is now your alma mater. Feel confidence and pride in your education as your professional life begins. Reach out to your fellow alumni and use the strength of our network as you launch into your career. Many, including professors, staff, family, the Batesville community, and donors to the college, have made an investment in your success. It brings me joy to be here with you today and witness your hard work come to fruition. I remember sitting in your place and feeling nothing short of jubilant after walking down that sidewalk 20 years ago this month. 20 years later, this campus, it still feels like home. It's a special place. And my challenge to you is that you stay invested in this institution that you've called home for the past 4 or so years. Stay connected, stay involved, and like those who supported you, I encourage you to support the next generation of Lyon College students. Fellow alumni, I can't wait to hear all about your success as you make your mark on this world. Congratulations.
Every year, the graduating class selects one of its own to serve on the Lyon College Board of Trustees. This 2-year appointed position, whose tenure will begin on July 1st, is known as the Young Alumni Trustee. This is a voting position within the college's highest governing body. This prestigious position gives recent alumni a voice in the college's strategic vision and direction, and you all are responsible for selecting the individual who will act on your behalf for the betterment of our college. On behalf of the Lyon College Board of Trustees, I welcome Zoe Papazoglu, the class of 2026, as the Young Alumni Trustee. Zoe, will you please come forward? The Lamar Williamson Prize for Faculty Excellence is awarded each year to a faculty member who is deemed most outstanding in his or her professional competence, scholarly ability, exemplification of humane and Christian values, and contributions to the community. The prize confers upon the recipient a silver cup and a stipend. The recipient is expected to deliver a lecture incorporating scholarship of publishable quality at convocation in the following academic year. President Tavner, will you please announce the recipient for the 2026-27 academic year?
The winner of the 26-27 Williamson Prize for Faculty Excellence is Dr. Stephanie Saunders, Associate Professor of Spanish, Director of the Honors Fellows Program. Dr. Saunders, please come forward.
As is tradition, I would like to read the citation, if you all would permit me, please. Dr. Stephanie Saunders embodies the very best of Lyon College through her scholarship, teaching, mentorship, and service to both campus and community. Born in Batesville and raised in Salem, Arkansas, Dr. Saunders is a proud first-generation graduate of Lyon College. After earning her Bachelor of Arts in Spanish and Psychology from Lyon, she completed both her Master's of Arts and Doctor of Philosophy in Hispanic Studies at the University of Kentucky, and later served as a researcher in residency at the Pontificia Universidad Católica de Chile. Did I do that okay? Her teaching and scholarship have been recognized throughout her career, including honors from the University of Kentucky, Capital University, and Lyon College. Before joining the Lyon College faculty as Associate Professor of Spanish in 2022, Dr. Saunders spent 12 years at Capital University in Columbus, Ohio, where she served as Professor of Spanish, Director of International Studies, and Department Chair. Since returning home to Lyon, she has become a beloved teacher, mentor, advisor, and leader whose impact can be seen all across this campus. In addition to her faculty role, she currently serves as Director of the Honors Fellows Program. An accomplished scholar and writer, Dr. Saunders is the author of Covered Buttons and Fashion, Gender, and Agency in Latin America and Spanish Literature. She is also the co-editor of the New Latin American Fashion Reader. Her work has appeared in 4 languages and in publications across 5 countries. Yet her greatest pride is found in the accomplishments of her students. One nominator wrote, Dr. Saunders creates a classroom where students feel both challenged and deeply supported. She inspires confidence in students who may never have believed that they belonged in academic spaces. Another colleague described her as a gifted scholar whose warmth, humility, and generosity define every interaction she has with students and peers. Dr. Saunders has worked with students on more than 100 poetry translations from Central America and recently co-translated a novel with 2 graduating seniors. She has guided student research projects, mentored honors fellow students, and created opportunities for students to engage the world beyond the classroom. She has led study experiences in Cuba, Panama, and Spain. And in 2026, she will co-lead another group of Lyon students to Peru. Her commitment to service extends throughout the community. She has served on the Ozark Foothills Literacy Board and currently serves on the Friends of the Library Board of the Independence County Library. On campus, she is known for showing up fully for students and colleagues alike, whether mentoring young faculty, advising student organizations, attending performances and athletic events, or encouraging students through moments of uncertainty, and growth. As one nominator wrote, Dr. Saunders leads with empathy and principle, creating learning environments grounded in trust, accountability, and mutual respect. Her leadership within the college reflects a strong moral compass and a genuine concern for the flourishing of others. Dr. Saunders joins a roll of distinguished faculty members who have invested themselves into making Lyon College a remarkable academic community. For her extraordinary dedication to scholarship, teaching, mentorship, and service, Lyon College proudly recognizes Dr. Stephanie Saunders with the Williamson Prize. Congratulations.
Good morning. It's now my privilege to award special honors to some seniors today. Seniors, if I call your name, please come forward to accept your recognition. The first is the Alma Cole Metcalf Endowed Scholarship Award. It was established in 2009 by Stephen P. Williams and Richard F. Williams. The award is given to a graduating senior from Sharp County, or, if none, a graduating senior from Independence County, with the highest grade point average who will attend graduate school. The recipient this year is Deidre Jones. Deidre, come on up. The Dahlquist Scholar Athlete Award was established in 2004 by John Dahlquist, former academic dean, and his wife, Diana. This fellowship is given each year to the graduating senior student athlete with the highest grade point average and who is planning to attend graduate school. The recipient this year is Natalia Keza. Come on up. The Lester Fellowship Award was established by the Board of Trustees in honor of Dr. Margaret Pruden Lester, a former professor of history at Lyon College. It is awarded annually to a member of the graduating class majoring in history or related field whose academic record and promise of future service are deemed outstanding by the faculty. The recipient this year is Bryston Church. Come on up. The Seibert Fellowship Award was established by the Board of Trustees in honor of Professor Daniel Seibert, a former professor of education and psychology at Lyon. It's intended for use in graduate school and is awarded annually to a member of the graduating class whose academic record and promise of future service are deemed outstanding by the faculty. The recipient this year is Hannah Davison. Come on up. The Dr. Samuel W. Williams Fellowship was established by the Board of Trustees in honor of Dr. Williams' service to Lyon as a dean and a professor. It's intended for use in graduate school and is awarded annually to a member of the graduating class whose academic record and promise of future service are deemed outstanding by the faculty. The recipient this year is Annie Blevins. Come on up. The Mosley Fellowship is named in memory of Dr. Ellis G. Mosley, a former professor of religion at Lyon, and Mrs. Nancy Newton Mosley. It's intended for use in graduate school and is awarded annually to a member of the graduating class whose academic record and promise of future service are deemed outstanding by the faculty. The recipient this year is Ruby Elizabeth Grafton. Come on up. The Mathematical and Chemistry Family Graduate School Scholarship was established in 2022 by Mr. and Mrs. Robert Perkins and their children, all of whom hold a love for mathematics and chemistry. It's intended for use in graduate school and is awarded annually to a member of the graduating class receiving a degree in mathematics and/or chemistry, and whose academic performance and promise of future service are deemed outstanding by the faculty. The recipient this year is Whitney Mitchell. Come on up. The Dr. and Mrs. John D. Spraggins Award was established by the Board of Trustees in honor of this former president of Lyon and his wife. It is given annually to a member of the graduating class who best represents the qualities expressed in the aims of the college. The recipient this year is Zoe Papazoglou. Come on up. The last special recognition is the Charles H. Coffin Scholarship Medal. It was established as a memorial to Dr. Coffin by a former classmate of his at Lyon College. It is the highest academic honor we bestow on a graduating senior and is awarded each year to an honor graduate who has taken his or her last 3 years of work at the college as a regular student. The recipient this year is Christian Del Gobo. Come on up. Almost forgot one of the most important parts. After a thorough and appropriate examination, the faculty of Lyon College declares that the members of the graduating class have completed their courses of study and satisfied all requirements for the degrees they are about to receive. It is my great pleasure to present to you the Lyon College class of 2026.
The Board of Trustees of Lyon College is authorized to confer the Bachelor of Arts degree and the Bachelor of Science degree on those candidates who have completed their prescribed course of study at Lyon and have been recommended by the faculty. Acting on the recommendation of the faculty, the board has authorized the conferral of decrees on these candidates. Dr. Tavner, on behalf of the board, I ask that you present to them their degrees. Congratulations.
Provost Grafton, would you please join me in presenting the degrees?
Before I ask the marshals to direct the candidates to the platform, let me say that as I read the names of the candidates, I will also mention any of their close relatives who are also graduates of Lyon College. You may also notice that a few of our very deserving seniors won't have academic honors read after their names just yet. That's because their learning isn't quite finished, because next week, as was alluded to earlier, they fly out for an exciting faculty-led international trip to complete their coursework. Their honors will be finalized as soon as they return, but we are so proud of these students for taking their education out into the world, and we wish them the best on their travels. Families, students, an official photograph will be taken of each graduate as they are hooded, and our photographer is also capturing photos of the ceremony in general. They'll all be posted on the Lyon website for free for download. But if you would personally like to take a photo of your graduate, please do so. Just keep the aisles open for the pathway for our graduates to return to their seats. The other thing that I would ask of you today is that, remember, this is a celebration. And so I don't want you to stay quiet whenever I call these names. I want you all to make a big, loud, cheering noise for every single one of them when they come across the stage. Okay? Marshals, would you please escort the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts to the corner of the platform? Jacoby Alcorn from Searcy, Arkansas. Double majoring in computer science and data science, minoring in Spanish. Jacoby will be hooded by Professor Marcus Birkencraw. Annie Blevins from Violet Hill, Arkansas. Double majoring in Spanish and English. Sharon Blevins, class of 94, mother. Brooks Blevins, class of 92, father. Annie will be hooded by Professor Stephanie Saunders. Leonardo Branco Reyes from Curitiba, Brazil. double majoring in economics and mathematics. Leonardo will be hooded by Professor Thuranga Vijatunga. Catherine Bolmansky from Batesville, Arkansas. Majoring in art with a digital art focus. She will be hooded by Professor Dustin Bork. Elsa L. Carpenter from Batesville, Arkansas. Majoring in education with an elementary K through 6 focus, cum laude. She will be hooded today by Professor Maggie Webb. Just so you know, that makes that a lucky tassel, so always keep it with you. Gerald Camden Clear from Griffin, Georgia. Majoring in communication studies, minoring in psychology. This is harder than it looks, folks. Madeline G. Cleaves from Maumelle, Arkansas. Majoring in political science. Dylan Cootie from Bastrop, Louisiana. Majoring in history with a minor in political science, cum laude. He will be hooded by Professor Ed Tenace. Christian Cox from Paragould, Arkansas. Majoring in education, health, PE, and coaching K through 12. Joseph Crumby from Southside, Arkansas. Majoring in education, health, PE, coaching K through 12. Weston Durden from Little Rock, Arkansas. Majoring in theater arts. Weston will be hooded today by Professor Fonzie Geary. Renee Thomas Dominique Jr. from Spring, Texas. Majoring in economics and business administration with an emphasis in finance. He's being hooded today by Professor Radek Shulga. Skylar R. Foreman from Waxahachie, Texas. Double majoring in economics and business administration, finance. Ruby Elizabeth Grafton from Batesville, Arkansas, majoring in political science, minoring in mathematics with a pre-law concentration, summa cum laude. Benjamin Grafton, class of 22 brother. She will be hooded today by her dad, me. Lily Garner Hall from Ash Flat, Arkansas. Double majoring in theater arts and art with a painting focus. Dr. Julie Garner, class of 84, mother. Reverend Brian Hall, class of 92, father. Elijah Lynn Garner, class of 52, grandfather. Willie Ann Horrell, class of 53, grandmother. Tom Garner, class of 82, uncle. Bertus Cat-Eye Nix, class of 44, great-great-uncle. And Laura Griffith Roberts, class of 1878, great-great-great-aunt. She was hooded by Professor Cody Norton. Madeline D. Hobson from Flippin, Arkansas. Double majoring in psychology and political science with a pre-law concentration, summa cum laude, honors fellow. Madeline will be hooded today by Professor Brendan Connell. Jaden Hope Hughes from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Double majoring in political science and English with a pre-law concentration, cum laude. Deidre Page Jones from Evening Shade, Arkansas. Majoring in creative writing and art, minoring in history, summa cum laude. Deidre will be hooded today by Professor Dustin Bork. Adrian Leandro Ledesma from Dallas, Texas. Majoring in mathematics, minoring in physics. Adrian will be hooded today by Professor Thuranga Vijatunga. Robert Lee from Bauxite, Arkansas. Double majoring in education, English 7 through 12, and English. Minoring in psychology, cum laude. William Chapman Litton from Quitman, Arkansas. Majoring in political science with a minor in history. Caitlin A. Mace from Little Rock, Arkansas. Majoring in economics, Noel Mace, class of '93, father. Caitlin will be hooded today by Professor Radek Shulga. Justin McGuire from Batesville, Arkansas. Majoring in education, health, PE, coaching, K through 12, with a concentration in military science. Riley McCoy from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Majoring in economics and business administration with emphases in finance and management. Ty McDermott from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Double majoring in mathematics and Spanish. Riley Russ, class of '24, brother. Ty will be hooded today by Professor Wesley Perkins. Kari Meeks from Crossett, Arkansas. Majoring in psychology, minoring in art, cum laude. Kari will be hooded today by Professor Robert Miller. Jackson Shane Midyett from Clinton, Kentucky. Majoring in education, health, PE, coaching, K through 12, magna cum laude. Jackson will be hooded today by Professor Kim Crosby. Seth Moore from Mount Pleasant, Arkansas. Double majoring in English and education, English 7 through 12, cum laude. Levi Neal from Harrison, Arkansas. Majoring in biology, minoring in data science, cum laude. Levi will be hooded today by Professor Britt Florkowitz. Jason Nichols from Montevideo, Minnesota. Majoring in English. Jason will be hooded today by Professor Patrick Lynch. Zoe Markella Papazoglu. from Comac, New York. Double majoring in political science and psychology, concentrating in pre-law, summa cum laude, honors fellow. Zoe will be hooded today by Professor Scott Roulier. Brianna Rosario from Fort Worth, Texas. Majoring in English, cum laude. Brianna will be hooded today by Professor Stephanie Saunders. It's another lucky tassel. Avery Rudisill from Batesville, Arkansas. Majoring in education, elementary K through 6, minoring in psychology, summa cum laude. Robert Rudisill, class of 65, grandfather. Avery's being hooded by Professor Maggie Webb. Emma Rumor from Rowlett, Texas. Double majoring in psychology and exercise science, fitness, and wellness. Riley Smith from Alma, Arkansas. Majoring in art with a painting focus, magna cum laude. Riley will be hooded today by Professor Dustin Bork. John Lawson Stockton from Mountain Home, Arkansas. Majoring in mathematics, minoring in physics in absentia. Austin Swaim from Stigler, Oklahoma. Majoring in computer science, minoring in data science. Bo D. Turner from Mountain View, Arkansas. Double majoring in political science and economics, minoring in French, summa cum laude, honors fellow. Doug Turner, class of '01, father. John Keith Walling from Lepanto, Arkansas. Majoring in anthropology, minoring in history. Shayla Elise Williams from Batesville, Arkansas. Majoring in art with a painting focus, minoring in education and psychology, summa cum laude. Sarah Williams, class of '05, mother. Kim Crosby, class of '92, grandmother, who is actively hooding her. Noah Williams, class of '04, uncle. Savannah Youngblood Asbury, class of '19, cousin. Kedrick Wooten from Columbus, Mississippi. Majoring in computer science, minoring in anthropology. Kedrick will be hooded by President Melissa Tavener. Those are your recipients for the Bachelor of Arts degree. One more round of applause for all of them. Marshals, will you please escort the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree to the corner of the platform? Susanna Bates from Batesville, Arkansas. Double majoring in psychology and Spanish, minoring in anthropology. Suzette Bates, class of '90, grandmother. Eric Bates, class of '97, father. Suzanne Peebles, class of '06, mother. Alyssa Bates, class of '21, sister. Sydney Lowry, class of '21, sister. Susanna was hooded there by Professor Stephanie Saunders. Jessica Burke from Phoenix, Arizona. Majoring in exercise science, health professions, with a concentration in pre-physical therapy, summa cum laude. Jessica's being hooded today by Professor Alan Byers. Riley A. Bullard from Flora, Illinois. Majoring in business administration management, minoring in marketing. Riley will be hooded today by Professor Patrick Lynch. Diavion Carter from Conway, Arkansas. Majoring in exercise science, health professions, minoring in psychology. Diavion will be hooded by Professor Alan Byers. Bryston Lee Church from Sulphur Rock, Arkansas. Majoring in accounting, minoring in business administration and economics, summa cum laude. Brady Cook from Newport, Arkansas. Majoring in exercise science, health professions, cum laude. He will be hooded today by Professor Myron Faria. Haven Danae Cooper from Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Majoring in exercise science, fitness, and wellness, Haven will be hooded today by Professor Alan Byers. Isaac Cottle from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Majoring in exercise science, health professions, summa cum laude. Isaac will be hooded today by Professor Myron Faria. Hannah Davison from Brooklyn, Arkansas. Majoring in biology, minoring in psychology with a pre-med concentration, summa cum laude, honors fellow. Hannah is being hooded today by Professor Alexander Beezer. That was new, but I loved it. Christian Del Gobo from Pedazzo, Italy. Triple majoring in data science, mathematics, and computer science, summa cum laude, honors fellow. Ty A. Ferguson from Katy, Texas. Majoring in exercise science, health professions, minoring in biology. Ty will be hooded today by Professor Myron Faria. Zane Fountain from Calico Rock, Arkansas. Double majoring in biology and chemistry with a health sciences emphasis, minoring in Spanish with a pre-optometry concentration, summa cum laude, honors fellow. Zane is being hooded by Professor Irosha Navaratna. Joseph Myron Golly from Greenville, Texas. Majoring in business administration with an emphasis in management, Joseph will be hooded today by Professor Patrick Lynch. Ruben Guerrero from Los Angeles, California. Majoring in business administration with an emphasis in management, minoring in marketing. Ruben will be hooded today by Professor Patrick Lynch. Jaron Harriet from Little Rock, Arkansas. Majoring in business administration with an emphasis in management. Wilford Jones, class of 90, uncle. Brandon England, class of 21, cousin. Aiden James Huntsman from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Majoring in exercise science, health professions, minoring in mathematics, Aiden will be hooded today by Professor Myron Faria. Jacob Wayne Hutto from Clinton, Arkansas. Majoring in exercise science, health professions, magna cum laude. Natalia M. Keza from Little Rock, Arkansas. Double majoring in biology and Spanish with a pre-vet concentration. Natalia will be hooded today by Professor Stephanie Saunders. DeLacy Janae Kell from Heber Springs, Arkansas. Triple majoring in accounting, business administration with an emphasis in finance and economics, magna cum laude. Fallon M. Lancaster from Bigelow, Arkansas. Majoring in business administration with an emphasis in finance, economics, and business administration with an emphasis in management. Carl Wesley Lang from Batesville, Arkansas. Majoring in biology, minoring in chemistry with a pre-dental concentration, summa cum laude. Tracy Stewart Lang, class of '86, mother. Wesley Stewart, class of '54, grandfather. Wes is being hooded today by Professor Cassia Oliveira. Chance Seth Lopez from Salado, Arkansas. Majoring in exercise science with health professions emphasis, minoring in religion and philosophy, magna cum laude. Chance will be hooded today by Professor Myron Faria. Priscilla Luibano from San Juan, Texas. Majoring in biology with a pre-dental concentration. Ronaldo Jacob, class of '24, husband. Priscilla will be hooded today by Professor Irosha Navaratna. Eli Lupton from Bauxite, Arkansas. Majoring in business administration with an emphasis in management, minoring in political science with a concentration in military science, cum laude. Margaret Rose McCollum from West Memphis, Arkansas. Majoring in exercise science, health professions, minoring in psychology. Margaret will be hooded today by Professor Myron Faria. Whoops. Molly McCoy from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Majoring in biology with a concentration in pre-med, magna cum laude. Molly will be hooded today by Professor Cassia Oliveira. Whitney Mitchell from Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Double majoring in biology and chemistry with a health sciences emphasis, a concentration in pre-pharmacy, summa cum laude. Whitney's being hooded today by Professor Irosha Navaratna. Daniel Pastor from Budapest, Hungary. Majoring in business administration with an emphasis in management, minoring in social entrepreneurship, cum laude. Clay Warren Queen Jr. from Beebe, Arkansas. Majoring in exercise science health professions. Isaac James Rice from Melbourne, Arkansas. Double majoring in data science and computer science, minoring in mathematics, cum laude. Isaac is being hooded today by Professor Marcus Birkencraw. Brody Tucker from Hot Springs, Arkansas. Majoring in exercise science, fitness, and wellness. John Blake Turner from Kingsland, Texas. Majoring in business administration with an emphasis in finance, minoring in economics. Sophie Varela from El Paso, Texas. Majoring in exercise science, health professions. Sophie will be hooded today by Dr. Myron Faria. Anna Voth from Parham, Arkansas. Majoring in exercise science, health professions. Anna will be hooded today by Professor Myron Faria. Colby West from Taylor, Arkansas. Majoring in business administration with an emphasis in management. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduating class of 2026.
Yes, all guests may be seated. These exercises will close with the singing of the alma mater, which should be in the program. Guests, we invite you to sing it with the graduates and the faculty and staff. And we ask guests to remain in your seats until the recession has left, and to join us then in what we call the gauntlet along the sidewalk in front of the Derby building. We also invite all the guests and graduates and faculty and staff to join President Tavener in the Bevins room off to the right there for the cutting of the presidential cake after the gauntlet has been completed. Now, please join the concert chorale in the alma mater, to be followed by the benediction. Graduates, stand.
Lie on thy children, Lord, thy name today. Unto thee we offer our hymn of praise for aid. We shall ever love thee, loyal we shall be. May our memories hold us ever near to thee. Lion, all hail to thee, all hail thy standards bright, forever we'll adore thee and follow in thy light.
Graduates, my fellow alumni, we have a tradition of you challenging me to use words from your various artists that you so deem appropriate for our final benediction together. So class of 2026, receive this final blessing from me with some help from George Strait, David Allen Cole, Sabrina Carpenter, Ella Langley, Wendell Berry, Pope Francis, the Prophet Micah, and Lil Wayne. I never saw the end in sight. Fools are kind of blind. Thought everything was going all right, but I was running out of time. If we could just stay this version of us, but I know it's time to say goodbye. And don't you dare bring me to tears when I just did my makeup so nice. So take my words to heart and keep them close by. It was all I could do to keep from crying when you learned the realities of the world here. That the world is half terrible. For every kind stranger, there is one who will break you. And so you have come to know that it is a serious thing just to be alive on this fresh morning in our broken world. With everything happening today, you don't know whether you're coming or going, but you think that you're on your way. And dear ones, you truly are on your way. So take in this very moment, take a look around, take it all in, and know that even with all the brokenness, you can make this world a beautiful place because you have made this a beautiful place. Serve the forgotten, uplift the broken, speak plainly when others stay silent. Do all the good you can for everyone you meet along your journey by enacting justice, loving mercy, and walking carefully with your God. Build the kingdom not with walls, but with love, knowing that some days you will be a light for others, and some days you will need light from them. But as long as there is light, there is hope, and there is a way. For it is in the shelter of each other we live. It is in the shelter of one another that we thrive. So reshape our world by doing things that do not compute to those around you. Pray for the hungry, then feed them, for that is how prayer works. Love the Lord, love the world, love someone who does not deserve it. Ask the questions that have no answer. Expect the end of the world. Laugh, for laughter is immeasurable. Cry and never apologize for your tears, for our tears cleanse our souls for a variety of reasons. And if you suddenly and unexpectedly feel joy, do not hesitate. Give in to it. All I'm asking of you in this life is that you show up. Be late, be scared out of your mind, be awkward, be a hot mess, but just be present. You can figure out the rest as you go. And when you face adversity, remember to remain calm. And if you're not calm, may your freak out be as graceful as possible. And as you go out from this place today to live your one wild and precious life, may God bless you with restless discomfort at easy answers, half-truths, and superficial friendships, so that you may live deep within your heart. May God bless you with anger at injustice, oppression, and exploitation of people, so that you work for justice, freedom, and peace. And may God bless you with enough foolishness to believe that you can make a difference in the world. Amen.